It's National Introverts Week. Today we're going to talk about National Introverts Week and what it means for executives, professionals, and high achievers in recovery. If you've ever felt like traditional recovery models don't quite fit for your personality, if large group meetings drain you rather than help you, then you might be an introvert navigating a recovery system designed for extroverts. Today we're going to talk about how temperament affects recovery, why energy management is critical for maintaining sobriety, and how to build a sustainable recovery plan that works for you. So let's get started. Temperament and recovery. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? First things first. Most people are familiar with the concept of introverts and extroverts, but what does that actually mean when it comes to substance use recovery? Introverts regain energy through solitude, deep thinking, and quiet reflection. Extroverts gain energy through social interaction, engagement, and connection. Most of us exist somewhere on a spectrum. Carl Jung introduced these ideas back in 1921, but modern research has shown that introversion and extroversion are less about social preference and more about energy regulation. And that's where things get really interesting for recovery. Think about this. Recovery isn't just about quitting alcohol or substances. It's about rebuilding a life that feels sustainable and fulfilling. And if your energy needs aren't being met, you're constantly running on empty. And when people are chronically drained, that's when relapse risk skyrockets. Extroverts recharge through connection. If they're feeling lonely in sobriety, they might feel tempted to drink at social events or struggle with isolation. They need healthy replacements for social stimulation, like sober networking groups or structured meetups. Introverts recharge through solitude. If they don't get enough space alone, they can become overwhelmed, dysregulated, and exhausted. Their challenge is balancing solitude with meaningful, low-stimulation connection. Recovery should feel like restoration, not another form of burnout. Most traditional recovery models, things like 12-step meetings, group therapy, and sponsorship models, are built on extroverted approaches to healing. Now, don't get me wrong. These strategies can be incredibly effective. Group support, peer accountability, structured social connection. But for introverts, this can feel exhausting rather than supportive. If you're in recovery and you leave meetings more drained than empowered, it might be because your temperament isn't being accounted for. And that's okay. It just means your recovery approach needs to be customized to work with your energy, not against it. One huge but overlooked issue for professionals in recovery is something called revenge sleep procrastination. I have an entire video on it. And that's when you stay up late even when you're exhausted, just to get time for yourself, me time. Because all day your time was dictated by work, responsibilities, and social expectations. For introverts, this happens because they didn't get enough alone time during the day. For extroverts, this happens because they didn't get enough social interaction. But here's the thing, lack of sleep destroys emotional regulation, making cravings and stress harder to manage. So if you're stuck in this cycle, it's time to rethink your daily energy budget. Okay, so what can you do if you're an introvert, an extrovert, or somewhere in between? The key is matching your recovery approach to your energy needs. For introverts in recovery, that can mean schedule solitude, prioritize quiet, tech-free downtime. Use structured self-reflection. Journaling, mindfulness, or one-on-one therapy may work better than large groups. Limit social obligations. Learn to say no for draining events. For extroverts in recovery, seek social engagement. Join fitness groups, sober networking events, or professional meetups. Talk through struggles. If you process verbally, use peer support or therapy to work through emotions. Avoid isolation traps. If you live alone, schedule daily social check-ins. Sobriety should feel like a source of strength, not exhaustion. So let's recap. Understanding your temperament is key to long-term recovery. energy management matters, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. Your sobriety plan should work for you, not drain you. If you're an executive, high achiever, or professional navigating sobriety, I can help you create a recovery plan tailored to your unique needs. If today's conversation resonated with you and you're looking for a recovery approach that actually fits your personality and energy needs, I can help. I work with executives, high achievers, and professionals who are navigating sobriety while managing the demands of a busy life. My coaching is all about helping you create a sustainable, personalized recovery plan, one that works with you, not against you. And if you want to dive deeper into how temperament influences success and well-being, I highly recommend you check out The Introverts Edge by Matthew Pollard and Quiet by Susan Cain. Both are excellent reads on understanding and leveraging introversion in a world that often prioritizes extroversion. If you're ready to build a recovery strategy that fits your life, let's connect. Let's keep this conversation going. Drop a comment and let me know, are you an introvert or an extrovert? And how does that impact your recovery? See you in the next video.